Hello and welcome to Rathod's IS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 18th November 2023. So first of all, we are going to take the PDF of Delhi edition of The Hindu and we are going to pick out the articles which are relevant from our examination point of view. So because of elections, in 5 states, so till December 15th, December 15th, you will be getting mostly the political articles. So that political articles will not be helpful for your examination. So you will be getting much time, in reading newspaper, and you have to spend that time in your GS preparation. So let us start our discussion. So first topic it is about voter turnout crosses 74% in Chhattisgarh MP elections. So here, what are the topics important? So you have to focus on voter turnover. And here you have to see about right to vote. So what is this right to vote? So here voter turnout is 74%. So how can we increase that? That means what can be the measures? So what are the measures taken? And how many of you are staying in the urban areas? Please let me know. So especially if you are comparing rural areas versus urban areas. So in which areas we can see the good voter turnout, in rural or urban? Obviously in rural areas we have more turnover, more turnout compared to that of this urban areas. So why? Because in urban areas people they will be going for jobs and on this election day they will be getting holiday. Yes or no? Yes. So they want to enjoy that day, so they don't want to go out and to cast their vote. So here you have to see how can we increase vote turnout in this urban areas. So what can be the measures taken by the government? And even you have to see like what are the reasons for low turnout. And you can also connect this topic with your static syllabus of your polity. So we have a chapter called as Elections and Election Commission of India, which is a constitutional body. You have to see the articles. And if you see the members here, we have Chief Election Commissioner and 2 election commissioners. So for those people, you have to see like what is the appointment process. So how can they remove and what is the tenure. So and even eligibility. So that topics that you have to refer. And even you will be having this chapter called as Representation of People's Act of 1950 and Representation of People's Act of 1951. So you have to cover all these topics. Clear? So this is very important topic. And this turnout is at most important from your mains. So you can't expect a prelims based question, but you can expect a mains based question. Clear? And if you move on, there is one more article and we are discussing about this articles regarding the powers of governor from last 1 month. So because the states like Punjab, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, so in those states, here the bills passed by house but they are not getting assent from the governor. So there is withholding of bills is happening in these states. And this petition is filed even in Supreme Court. Supreme Court also showed discontent regarding this move of governors. So now here Tamil Nadu government plans to reenact the bills as Governor Ravi withhold assent. So whenever there is withholding of bill, whenever again the reenacting of bill and repassing of bill, is governor needs to sign. So here you have to see what are the powers of governor in case of passage of bill. So this is very important. Already number of times we discussed this topic. So now just revise. And next topic is High Court squashes Haryana's 75% of local quota in private sector. So what is this article about? So Haryana state government passed a bill and that bill became an act. It says that 75% of reservation should be given for the locals. So it comes under son of soil. So this concept is called as son of soil. That means on that soil who are born. So they are the eligible. They are eligible for the jobs in that so and so state. Okay, so that is a son of soil meta preference concept. So here Haryana government said that we have to provide 75% of quota for the locals, and especially the jobs which provide salary of 30,000 rupees or less than 30,000 rupees. 75% of jobs need to be reserved for the locals. Right, here you have to see what High Court said. Now High Court said it is unconstitutional. So it is unconstitutional. So you have to see this topic in detail. So this topic is important again from your polity point of view, which comes under your GS paper 2. And this topic is important from your both prelims and as well as mains, because in prelims you can get a question from fundamental rights point of view. Yes, fundamental rights, they will provide restrictions, right? Reasonable restrictions. But one fundamental right says that state can provide affirmative action. Like states can provide reservations in jobs and as well as in education. Especially you can take domicile as a condition. So if you are the domicile of that region, yes, you can go for giving of reservation. So because of this, from fundamental rights, which comes under your part 3 of our Indian Constitution, yes, you can expect a question, because fundamental rights, DPSP, fundamental duties, so these three are very, very important topics. So if anything which is related to these topics, that will be very relevant from our examination point of view. So you have to focus on those. Yes or no? Yes, right? So please let me know to which state you belong and what is the quota for the locals in your state in private sector. Do research and tell me. Okay? And that's all. This is the first page. And the city page, I found nothing much important in today's paper. So you can move on to the states page. In states, the most of the articles are political articles. That will fetch you nothing. So here you can see the article, that is freebies galore in Telangana Congress manifesto. So we are not going to see what are those freebies, etc. But here you have to focus on this word freebies. So when I listen this word freebie, so one quote will come into my mind always is, so give a fish to a man, that will gives him food for a day. If you make him learn how to fish, then you can feed him lifelong. Yes or no? Yes, right? So the same way, if you are focusing on freebie, then people will become lazy. So it is my opinion. So freebies means nothing but here government says that in the campaigning, election campaigning, that if we are coming into power, if we come to power, we will be giving you the cylinders for 500 rupees. So we will be giving you the pension, and we will be giving you the laptops, we will be giving you the washing machines, okay, dishwash bars, etc. So like that here they will be saying that things, so that will come under this freebies. So whenever this I'm not saying about old generation, I'm talking about the present generation. You're having this right to vote, right? So whenever you're casting vote, so think once, because your vote is very important. So you have to elect your representative, right? So you have to elect your representative, and you should be very cautious. So how this elected government is going to be function in the future. So actually many people, they don't know about this direct democracy tools. So many people, they don't know about this direct democracy tools. So if once people get awareness regarding this direct democracy rules, so after electing our representative, if they are not working, means we can use the direct democracy tools like recall, and we can remove them, and we can come up with a new government. Yes, it happens, but there is no proper awareness. Okay, so here you can connect this article with this direct democracy tools. So please let me know what are those direct democracy tools. For example, we have recall, we have plebiscite. Okay, so please let me know others also. And you have to see what are these freebies, how these freebies are going to impact. So actually this freebies, that will lead to the physical deficit of the state. Already many states here are having a debt burden, especially our state Telangana, which is having a lot of debt. So one tragedy in our state is, so what are the income that is getting by government is very high from liquor. So no other state in India is getting that much revenue from liquor, but only our state Telangana is having that. So actually yesterday I was watching one interview of one famous tax officer. He said that so Telangana is only the state which is getting lot of revenue from this liquor. So here our present government is promoting the liquor. So because of this, so in future we are going to have the more number of debts. So because of these debts, so this state of Telangana, it will be the state which is having more number of widows at very young age. So after watching this interview, I was like shocked. Yes, this is correct, right? So like that. So you have to know your state first. So what is happening in your state? So from where government is getting revenue, and from that revenue how government is spending, right? Okay, because you are a responsible person and you have right to vote now. So you have to question the government. Okay, because you are literate and you are preparing for one of the world's competitive examination, very toughest examination, right? You have a great knowledge, so why can't you ask a question for the government, right? Okay, so here you have to know about freebies. So you have to think about this freebies. So what are they? So how they are going to impact the society in a negative manner. So people will become lazy day by day. So that yeah, one more point also I can see here, I thought I have to say is, so whenever there is increasing of freebies, that will lead to the laziness in the people. So people, they will be not going for the work. So if this is going to spread throughout India, as you all know that India is the one of the most populous country, it is going to be soon. So if you are getting the census of 2021, I think we are going to cross even China. So that is the thing which said by this United Nations Population Prospects reports, right? So here, whenever there is increasing of laziness, so if it is spreading from one state to another state, and throughout India, if we are lazy, means demographic. Okay, so whatever the demography that is we are having, that will become demographic disaster. Okay, so working age population, they are not going to work. So because of laziness, because of this freebies that is provided by the government, so here we are going to face demographic disaster. So this point also said by that so and so tax officer, he's retired officer, right? So I want to say this point so that you will be getting awareness regarding what is happening in your state, and you have to think about this also. As students of Usha, yes, you have to get this knowledge, right? Yeah, this is about this topic. And if you move on in this editorial, so there is article regarding Israel-Hamas war. So number of times we discussed. So I will be coming up with a dedicated video on this Israel-Palestine issue soon, so if time permits. And next topic, it is about US-China relations. Is what happened? Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. So meeting is happening in the San Francisco. So in that meet on the sidelines, here US and China, they came up with the meet. So US president and Chinese president, they had a meet. So here we have to see what are the highlights of the meet. So first you have to analyze what are the reasons. So why there is a divide that happened between US and China. So what are the major reasons that you have to know, and you have to understand what is the way forward. So how India can act in this context. So this is very, very important. And this topic is important from your GS paper 2 under international relations. And this topic is important from your mains. Okay. Actually, one more important thing here is, so in this US and China meet, they talked about two important things. So first one is they talked to restart military to military dialogues. And even they want to discuss the risk and safety issues which are involved in artificial intelligence. So these two are the key criteria, okay, key criteria that discussed, okay. So these two are very, very important things, okay. And if you move on, this article, it is about the state of the economy temper the euphoria. So this article is talking about recent semi-annual report, that is World Economic Outlook report. So we have to see what are the highlights of the report and what are the recommendations which are given in that report. So these reports are very important from your UPSC point of view, because you can get a prelims based question and even directly the mains question from this topic for sure. So editorials are very important. So if you are started reading editorials, so if you are getting your own perspectives, then I can say that you can write easily the mains answers, because most of the mains questions in your GS2 and GS3, they are from your editorials. Okay, clear? And let us move on. So leave this ground zero. So today is Saturday, so there is no even text and context. And here you can see the article. It is about Article 370. Article 370 order pending even as a judge is set to retire. So here you have to know about Article 370. So if we're talking about this Article 370, so what happened? So in 2019 on August 5th and August 6th, I will write the date. So in 2019 on August 5th and 6th, government came up with revocation of this Article 370 and Article 35A. So this Article 370 and Article 35A, they talks about special category status of Jammu and Kashmir. They talked about special category status of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. So after that, government came up with this Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act, and it divided erstwhile Jammu and Kashmir state into two UTs. So one is UT of Jammu and Kashmir with assembly, and next one is UT of Ladakh. So you have to know the background, right? And next one is World Cup final to begin with IAF air show. So you have to know about IAF Surya Kiran. So we have to wait and watch who will be the winner of this World Cup. So please let me know your comments. So what is your guess? So who will win in this final World Cup? Now let us move on. Leave this assembly polls page. And here in this page, that is news page, page number 10. So article which is important here is Dubai Climate Conference. So India has a critical role in Dubai Climate Conference. So you have to focus on this keyword, Dubai Climate Conference. So it is nothing but Conference of Parties 28. So when it is going to start? Within 10 days. So on November 30 onwards, so we have this Conference of Parties 28. Okay, so it is going to held in Dubai. Okay, so 28th edition of Conference of Parties will be held over 2 weeks in Dubai the next month. Okay, so here we have to see about what can be the goals that are going to be changed to curb this climate change. Okay, so you have to know about what is this Conference of Parties 28, what are the advantages. So how can we address this problem of climate change, global warming, and even how can we curb this greenhouse gases. So all these things are very, very important, and now let us move on. In this world page, you can see there is article relevant from our geography. That is about earthquake. 2 dead as strong earthquake shakes southern Philippines. So here you have to focus on the word, that is earthquake. So what is the meaning of earthquake? Earthquake is nothing but shaking of the ground. So it will release energy. So that energy will be transmitted in the form of waves. Those waves are called as seismic waves. So what are those? They are called as seismic waves. So in these waves, we can divide it into 2 types. So first one is your body waves. Second one is surface waves. And in this body waves, again we have P waves and AS waves. So P waves are primary waves, S waves are secondary waves. And in the surface waves, again 2 types, Love waves and Rayleigh waves. So these surface waves are more dangerous. So this is the reason why, because of the surface waves, we can see the most of the destruction. So destruction of buildings, they happens because of the surface waves, not because of these body waves. So here in this body waves, you have to focus on one concept called as shadow region. So because of the study of these waves, we got to understood like the interior of earth. Like we have crust, mantle, core, right? So in this core, we have inner core and outer core. So after studying the shadow region, of this P waves and S waves, so S wave have more shadow region compared to the P waves, we understood that in our core, we have inner core and outer core. So outer core is liquid in nature and inner core is solid in nature. Okay, so this is the concept. So I am saying that you have to present in flowchart manner. So even in yesterday's mains orientation class also I said about this thing, that is you have to use the flowchart. And I think many of them might not understand like how to create the flowcharts. And even Ishak, you asked me like how can I prepare notes? You should prepare notes in this manner. So how much time it took? So if you want to read entire this topic, it will be taking like 1 hour. But within just 2 minutes, I drawn this flowchart. Yes or no? So in this way, you have to make your notes. So notes should be as simple as possible. An entire geography note, it should not be more than 20 pages. That's it. Okay? Yeah. And another concept of earthquakes is what are the causes of earthquake and what are the types of earthquakes and what will be the impacts of earthquakes. So this is from geography point of view. And we can also connect this earthquake from your disaster management. So from disaster management, you have to see what is the preventive steps. So during disaster, what are the steps can be taken? And in the post-disaster, how can we go for rehabilitation, rescue? So all those things are very important and this topic is interconnected. And here we discussed about this keyword earthquake, and here you have to focus on even Philippines. Yes, you have to see the location of Philippines. So if you see the map of Philippines, it is located in the ring of fire. So again you have to focus on this concept, ring of fire. So I will write the concept here once again. If you want, you can make a notes. So concept is ring of fire. So it is also called as Pacific Ring of Fire. It also called as Pacific Ring of Fire. So which is the largest ocean? Obviously our Pacific Ocean. So will you accept that in future like around 1000 years after, or like 10,000 years after, so Atlantic Ocean will be the largest ocean compared to that of this Pacific Ocean, because in this Pacific Ocean we have subduction of plates. That means nothing but plate convergence is happening. So because of this plate convergence, so this Pacific Ring of Fire is the most active. So because of this, most of volcanoes and earthquakes and even tsunamis will be happening in these regions. It is because of plate tectonics, convergent plate boundaries. So in plate tectonics, you will be studying about convergent plates. That means the plates are moving towards each other, and heavy plate will be subducting down. That means going below the lighter plate. So this is called as subduction. And we have divergent plates. That means two plates are moving away from each other. And in Atlantic Ocean, we have this divergent plate boundaries. So because of that, we have mid-oceanic ridges in this Atlantic Ocean. And this one is transform plate boundaries. So these are the three kinds of plate movements that we can see. So in this Pacific region, we have this subduction or convergent plate boundaries. So this is the reason for the volcanic action, high volcanic action and earthquakes, even tsunamis in this region. So I hope it is clear, right? So I discussed the entire concept of earthquake within 5 minutes. So tell me your experience, like how you felt. So if you are going to online coaching or offline coaching, they will be taking like around 2 to 3 hours of time to complete this topic. But I completed within 5 minutes. I think I am fast, right? Am I fast? Am I going fast? Yes or no? Tell me. So these are the very important articles which are relevant from your examination point of view. And now let us see the notes. So first topic, it is about reservation or quota in private sector. So Punjab and Haryana High Court, Punjab and Haryana, they have the common High Court. Okay. So Punjab and Haryana High Court squashed Haryana government's law which is guaranteeing 75% of reservation in private sector jobs. So here Haryana government came up with an act or law which says that 75% of local jobs, they have to be reserved for the residents of that state in private sector. In private sector, it is saying that 75% of jobs, they need to be reserved for the local residents. So here what High Court said? So that act is Haryana State Employment of Local Candidates Act. So what is the name of that act? Haryana State Employments of Local Candidates Act of 2020. So when it came into force, so it came into force on January 15th last year, and it says that mandatory means nothing but compulsory. So mandatory means compulsory. So there should be compulsory reservation of 75% of jobs, okay, in private sector which are paying less than 30,000 rupees per month for local residents. So jobs in private sector which are paying like less than 30,000. So 75% of jobs they have to be given to the locals. And government originally said that reservation would apply to jobs paying up to 50,000, but finally that limit had been decreased to 30,000. So here this High Court squashed the law. It said that it is unconstitutional. So now let us see what is this act about. Haryana State Employment of Local Candidates Act of 2020. It says that it requires firms with 10 or more employees to reserve 75% of all jobs which are offering a salary of less than 30,000 per month, okay, for eligible candidates of state domicile. So domicile means nothing but the place where you are living for the last 6 months. Okay, so if you are belonging to the Haryana, then you have to get the job in the private sector, and the reservation it is like 75% of reservation, and it will be mandatory for all these employers to register all their employees drawing gross monthly salary or wages not more than rupees 30,000 on the designated portal available on the official website of Labour Department, Haryana. So this is about this act. So please let me know what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of this law. So what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of this law in the comment box. Don't forget. And next topic, it is about building the floor. So this article is talking about US-China relations. Okay, US-China relations. And I want to give you one homework. You have to see some facts regarding this APEC. And please let me know in the comment box. You have to see some facts regarding this APEC because these organizations are very important from your prelims. So you can get statements regarding this APEC in your prelims. So we can't estimate or we can't predict UPSC. So you can get question from any corner. So you have to see this APEC. So it is your work. Okay, don't forget. And now let us see the analysis of this topic. So recently what happened? The bilateral summit. So recently bilateral summit between US president and Chinese leader, Chinese president held in San Francisco on the margins, on the sidelines of this APEC, Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. So what is APEC? It is a multilateral economic and trade forum. So when it was established in year 1989, and the aim it is to promote free trade and economic cooperation in the Asia Pacific region. So they are promoting free trade and economic cooperation in the Asia Pacific region. So if you are talking about what are the important points, they focused on climate change because as you all know that top 3 emitters of greenhouse gases are, first one is US, second one is China and third one is India. So whenever these 2 countries they had meet, yes, they have to talk about this climate change and how to curb this greenhouse gases. Yes, that is the thing which happened here. So they talked about the climate deal. So US and China, they have reached a new climate deal. So here China and US, they have reached a new climate deal and that could provide a boost to the upcoming global climate talks. So what are the things they talked? So they can also discuss in the future COP28. And next one is the deal which also aims to triple renewable energy capacity. So you have to see like which are the examples of renewable energy, and you have to see even what are the targets of India regarding this renewable energy and how far it have been achieved. So these things are also very relevant and you have to make a notes on that of renewable energy. And also they will be talking about this accelerating the substitution of coal, crude oil and natural gas. They are fossil fuels. And they also talked about reduction of methane emissions. So methane is nothing but CH4. So rather than carbon dioxide, so the most contribution for this greenhouse effect and global warming is methane. So this was found in the recent studies. So both countries, they also agreed to set the reduction targets of these methane emissions. And they also have a positive attitude regarding cooperation between these two largest polluters in the world. So these are some important focus areas of climate change in the meeting between US and China. And actually between this US and China, yes, stalemate had been persistent regarding this Taiwan issue. Okay, so there was no sign of any major breakthrough this regional security dialogue. So they didn't have any talk on the most sensitive issue of Taiwan. Okay, Taiwan's independence. And here we have to understand like what are the reasons that led to the declining of relations between China and US. So first important one is due to this trade war and tariffs during the time of Donald Trump. So the thing that I also said in yesterday's, right? So here Trump administration launched a trade war in 2018. So by placing tariffs on Chinese goods. So because of this, it affected economic ties between US and China. And second important one here is there is technology competition. So US took some steps to limit Chinese access to sensitive technologies, for example semiconductors, artificial intelligence, citing security concerns, and even blocked Huawei. Okay, so because of this, it also led to the decreasing of relations or impacting the ties. And also even because of the South China Sea disputes. So in South China Sea, there are three important islands where the issues which are going on, that are Parcel Islands, Spratly Islands and Scarborough Islands. So Chinese expansive territorial claims and militarization of the South China Sea, which also led to increasing of tensions with this US and its allies. And next one is even because of Taiwan also, because of Chinese military pressure and threat towards Taiwan have grown, and even from US also one representative visited Taiwan, that further led to the deteriorating of ties. And next important one here is human rights issue. So there is repression of minority group, that is Uyghur Muslims. They are present in the Xinjiang province, which is very much near to India. Okay, so here because of this also, yes, that led to deterioration of ties. And even grouping. So US came up with different regional groupings like Quad with Australia, India and Japan and US at the summit level. And even recently US came up with this AUKUS, that is Australia, UK and US. So that are mainly seen by China as anti-China groupings. So because of all these reasons, the relations between this US and China had been deteriorated. So is that clear or not? Am I going fast? And what is the path ahead for India? So what is the way forward for India? So first one is we have to focus on continuous assessment. So continuous assessment is very much required. So India needs to continuously assess changes in the power relations among US and China, and even Russia also, because Russia is also moving towards China nowadays. So based on that, yes, we have to strengthen our ties with US and we have to maintain long-standing ties with Russia. Okay, so that yes, we can counter China. And next one is we have to strengthen more. So India's own rise in the international system, which allows it to effectively handle any sudden shifts in international relations. So because of this, we have to focus on desirable things and we have to strengthen and rise the international system. So this is about this topic. And now let us see the next topic. It is about World Economic Outlook. So please let me know, so which organization will release this World Economic Outlook. So please pause the video and please let me know the answer in the comment box fast. In the meanwhile, I will have some water. And one thing I want to say here is, whenever you are getting any report in the news, so that report data is important from your mains, and which organization is releasing that report is important from your prelims. Okay. So here recently semi-annual report, that is World Economic Outlook Navigating Global Divergence, October 2023, the International Monetary Fund has revised its projected GDP growth rate for India for 2023 to 2024 to 6.3%. So earlier here there was estimates of GDP growth. So it said that 6.1 and now it had been increased to 6.3%. That's it. So what are the key highlights of this report? So first one, it said about this global growth forecast. So IMF, which expects that global GDP, that is global gross domestic product, will be grown by 3% in 2023. And global GDP growth of 2024 will be around 2.9%, which is less. And Chinese economy is expected to grow at 5% in 2023 and 3% rate at 2022. So here, because of this, we can see like there will be the losing of place of world's second largest economy. And next one is inflation monetary policy. So IMF, which expects that global inflation 2024 is going to be rise at 5.8%. And the estimated here is 5.2%, but it may increase to 5.8%. And what are the concerns and the risk? So growth had lagged on account of tight monetary policies, as central banks, they have kept money supply tight to fight inflation. Yes, we have to focus on this tight monetary policy. So here tight monetary policy is also called as constrictive monetary policy. That means there is increasing of interest rates. So whenever there is increasing of interest rate, that will reduce money supply in the market. So whenever we are reducing the money supply, we can decrease inflation. So this is called as tight monetary policy or constrictive monetary policy. So in opposite to this, we have expansive monetary policy or accommodative monetary policy. Accommodative monetary policy or expansive monetary policy. So under this, what happened? There is decreasing of interest rate by RBI. So because of decreasing of interest rate, that will leads to increasing of money supply in the market. That will increase money supply in the market. So whenever there is increasing of money supply, that will causes inflation. So this is about the monetary policy of RBI, how it is controlling inflation, money supply in the market. So the tools are used is interest rate, for example, repo rate, reverse repo rate, like that. And this report also says that there are some uncertainties and downside risk will be there. And what are the key recommendations? So we have to encourage investments. So whenever we are encouraging investment, that will boost economic growth. Okay, so whenever we are encouraging investment, that will boost our economic growth. And economic divergence across major economies, particularly in Eurozone, that should be closely monitored because that will be having impact on the global GDP. And next one is we have to manage inflation through this monetary policy. So these are some important recommendations which are given. So there is one prelims question. So question here is Global Financial Stability Report is prepared by which organization? So please let me know your answer in the comment box. So this question was asked in 2016. So every year you will be getting one question regarding the index and which organization is releasing that index. So from this point of view, you have to be very much careful. Clear? So please let me know the answer fast in the comment box. Don't forget. So how many people are watching this class? So for all of those, they have to give the answer. Okay, then it will be supporting me and it will be encouraging me to come up with more interesting things in the videos. And next topic, it is about Dubai Climate Conference, and this topic is important from your environment and ecology. So this article, it is about COP28. So if you see the context, it says that 28th edition of Conference of Parties will be held over 2 weeks in Dubai next month. Okay, so it will be starting around November 30. Okay, so the heads of states, business delegations and climate change and energy think tanks, over 190 countries, they are going to meet. And they are going to talk about how to reduce the temperature by at least 1.5 degrees centigrade. So it is a target of Paris Climate Deal, or we can say Paris Climate Agreement of 2015. Okay, this is nothing but Paris Climate Deal of 2015. So what is this COP28? So COP28 is of particular significance because we are going to have conclusion of global stock take. Okay, so it is having the comprehensive assessment of Paris Agreement. So the important objective of this stock take, it is to take stock of global action against climate change. So we are taking action against climate change and to pave the way for further actions in the coming years. So in the coming years, we have to take some more actions. So if you're talking about this stock take, they are focusing on 3 areas. So first one is they are focusing on mitigation. They are focusing on efforts to prevent further global warming that can be done by adaptation. And even they are focusing on how to avoid the situations of climate change or climate change events. Okay, so these are some important things. And next topic, it is about earthquake in Philippines. So as I said, this topic is important from your geography, from your disaster management. So we are going to see some important facts. So please open your 11th class NCERT and go through this chapter of earthquakes, so that you will be getting the detailed idea regarding this earthquake concept. Clear? And if you see the context, it says that a strong magnitude of 6.7 earthquake shook the southern Philippines on Friday, killing a married couple as people fled buildings and part of shopping mall ceiling collapsed. So because of this collapse of ceiling, so why the collapse has happened? Because of surface waves. So because of the surface waves that led to the collapse. And if you see details, it says that quakes, they are daily occurrence in the Philippines. So quakes are a daily occurrence in the Philippines, which sits along the Pacific Ring of Fire. So we can see there will be intensive or intense seismic as well as volcanic activity that stretches from Japan through Southeast Asia across the Pacific Basin. So here you have to see the location of this Pacific Ring of Fire. So this is a Pacific Ring of Fire. So let us point out which are the countries which are vulnerable. So here we have small islands here, okay, Oceania part, and here we have Philippines, Indonesia part, and here we have Japan, here we have Aleutian Islands, and here we have American part, okay, here we have Caribbean Islands and Central America part, and this South America. So this part which comes under our Pacific Ring of Fire. So if you see which are the plates involved, so here we have Kermadec Tonga Trench. So this is very important. Trench is there here. So whenever there is subduction is happening, that subduction leads to the formation of trench. Okay, and here we have Indo-Australian plate, here we have Philippine plate, okay, and here we have North American plate, here we have Eurasian plate, and this is Caribbean plate, and here small plate Cocos plate is there, and there is one more small plate Nazca plate, okay, and it is South American plate. So there is subduction of plates, so the plates are moving towards each other here, that is convergent plate boundaries are seen here. Okay, so this is about this topic. And now let us see some facts regarding the earthquake. So if you see here, 90% of earthquakes, so 90% of earthquakes that occur across this path, because this is most unstable because of this plate movements. So we can see violent and dramatic seismic events that are happening here, and the ring of fire which has been setting for the most devastating earthquakes in recorded history, including the Chile earthquake of 1960 and 2010, and we have Alaska earthquake in 1964 and Japan earthquake of 2011. And we can see because of this 2004 earthquake in Indian Ocean, that led to tsunami, right? That led to tsunami, and that caused even our southernmost tip of India, that is Indira Point, had been submerged underwater, right? So because of all these things, we can say this Pacific ring of fire is most active, and it is also like vulnerable to earthquakes and as well as volcanoes. Okay, so this is about this topic, and these are important topics that appeared in our Hindu. And now I want to announce this mains answer writing course that we have started. Okay, so you can join this course anytime. So here we are covering this GS, entire your GS, which includes paper 1, paper 2, paper 3 and paper 4, and even you will be having case study and essay writing practice also. So from Monday to Saturday you will be having questions from your GS, daily one question. On Sunday you will be having case study or essay, so that you will be covering 321 mains questions and 27 essays and 26 case studies in this entire 1 year. So we are going to provide you the model answer for each and every question, and there will be evaluation of your answers. So within 3 to 4 working days you will be getting your answer sheet evaluated. And on every Sunday we will be having live class. So in that live class we will be discussing how to write an essay. So there will be live answer writing there, live essay writing, and as well as case study practice, and even we are going to discuss your doubts. So how this program goes, so we are going to give you 52 weeks of schedule, and we are going to prepare on that schedule, and daily we are going to give you one question that you will be receiving to your mail. So you have to write answer and you have to send your answer to our mail ID so that evaluation will be done. And even there is a dedicated Telegram channel where you will be getting updates regarding the classes. Okay, and based on the feedback you can improve. And on every Sunday at 7 PM to 8 PM we will be having Zoom live interactions. Okay, so this is about this course, and the cost of this course is 8,200 rupees for 1 year. Even you can pay amount in 2 installments. And next, one more course that we are going to launch, and I am very happy, it is about essay course, essay live course. So in this essay course we are going to cover each and every topic and subtopic within 50 hours of classes. So we are going to have the classes from Monday to Saturday from 6 PM to 8 PM. There we are focusing on the each and every topic, each and every keyword, especially examples, case studies, mains answer writing practice. And we are also going to provide you the notes and as well as recorded classes of that live classes. And I will be taking the class and I will be providing you the mentorship regarding the ethics, and I can ensure you that 100% you can get 130 plus marks if you join this course, because from the January onwards we will be having the dedicatedly preparation on prelims. So you will be not getting much time after prelims to prepare for this ethics. So this is the right time to join this course so that you can cover ethics. Okay, so try to join this course, and if you want to join you can call me on this number 8074 765513, and this is also WhatsApp number. You can also text me on WhatsApp. So I will be answering your queries on WhatsApp and as well as on calls directly. So try to join this. The cost here is 4,500 rupees. So please let me know how many of you are going to join this course in the comment box. And one more thing here is, so where you can get the notes of this class. So you can get the notes of this class in the Telegram channel. So this is our Telegram channel, Rathod's IAS classes. So whenever we are posting any class, so you will be getting the updates here. Okay, and this is the channel that you have to join. And this is our Rathod's IAS Academy YouTube channel. You have to subscribe to this channel. And this is our website, Rathod's IAS Academy. So if you want to join this mains answer writing practice, you have to click on login register, and you have to click on do not have account, and first you have to register. So after registering, you have to log in with your ID and password, and you can click on the courses and then course list. So you can see these are the wide range of courses that we are providing here, that you can have access, right? So here if you want to watch the demo videos, you can click on the play course, so that 3 videos will be played in each and every module without paying a single penny. And here at last we have this daily mains answering course, so you can join here. And even we are providing foundational course for 2024 and 2025. Okay, so you can join that as well, and the cost of that course is just 45,000 rupees for 2 years. Okay, that's all for today. If you have any queries, you can call the number. The number is given in the description box also. Thank you so much for watching, and if you really like the class, hit the like button and share this class to your friends also. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe to this Rathod's IAS Academy. Thank you so much for watching.